As we were saying, we're going to take a little bit of cream. It can be an oil, it can be a moisturizer. It's better to use an oil that absorbs less into the skin and allows us that creaminess for a longer time, or a cream like this one that with a very small amount we have a great performance and a great sliding capacity. I think I may have applied too much. Because as I said, it has a lot of performance. Very well, first, we're going to distribute the cream all over the belly, including the lateral areas that we're also going to work on. It's not just the front part of the belly, but also those lateral areas. And we're going to start, in general, working on the internal part, and we'll finish with the work on the external part. We're going to start with some vaciados, starting from the center and always going outward. We place our hands in this position and open them apart. Do you see that I'm coming back without lifting my hands off the skin? It's not when I go out and come back here, because at that moment there's a loss of contact. We return to contact. It's very uncomfortable for the person. It's much nicer when I finish without lifting. I make this turn. But you can also go back if you want, it's okay. I make this turn and then I open, separate. I make the turn, deepen, separate, open, the turn. We can do this for a few minutes like this. I'm going to do it less to not extend the video. But this can last for 2 to 3 minutes perfectly. We move on to the second technique, which is a visceral kneading technique. We're going to improve the movement of the organs a bit there. We're going to mobilize circulation, all the fluids. We drag as if we wanted to take all the organs, and now we push them as if we wanted to take them all to the other side, always without pain. We can also make a downward motion from the upper part. We can hear them crackle, they're being mobilized. We can do this for another minute perfectly fine. I'll move on to the next maneuver. It's a superficial circular maneuver, a more cutaneous stimulus, always in the clockwise direction. Always in the direction of the clock's hands. Ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, and we change again. Ascending, transverse, and descending. We can do this for another minute, maybe a couple of minutes. At first, we go deeper less. As we go along, we can go a little deeper, but not much. This is a more superficial, more cutaneous maneuver, because now that we have finished this, we will do a deeper maneuver for this area. Let's divide it into 3 phases, 3 parts: the descending colon, the transverse colon, and the ascending colon. Here is the descending colon, which descends towards the rectum, the transverse that joins the descending, and the ascending that goes from the cecum and goes up, to then turn again. It makes this inverted U. So, first, we are going to do this area by always placing one hand, the other one as support, and we will make a dragging gesture. It's deepening, turning, and dragging, as if we wanted to drag the feces down. We deepen, squeeze, and drag. I deepen, turn, and drag. It's starting from the top and going down. Here we can even make a maneuver that goes a little more from the center, and we make the curve. We make a curve, and then more descending maneuvers and a maneuver at the very bottom. And let's go, transverse, the same. A curve here, transverse, and curve here. We do this several times, transverse, curve, and the ascending maneuver the same, better like this. And I drag, deepen, and drag until the curve here. Let's go, deepen from below and drag. I'm slowly going up and curve, yes. And I repeat a few times. I go back to the descending, do a few repetitions, go back to the transverse, go back to the ascending. I go back to the descending, transverse, ascending. I can do 4 or 5 sets perfectly. And I can finish again by doing a subtle mobilization. And in the same massage session that you give your partner or in another one, you can do this other maneuver that is already for the external area, for the fat that is outside the abs. So far, we have been working on internal inflammation, fluid accumulation, swelling, feces, internal constipation. Now we work on the outside part. The idea is to somehow break the fatty tissue a little, causing an increase in blood flow, circulation, what is called hyperemia. In fact, the skin will turn red, it will inflame a little bit. And that is going to help eliminate the fatty tissue that is in that area, it will favor it. I insist, we are going to do a little damage, but we are going to measure it. You are not a professional, you don't have experience. Softly, playing. Never make this experience a torture, although it's easy because it's truly painful. But you have to see it there. You have to play with it. If you want, do less on the first day and see how it goes. It will be normal for the skin to be a little sore the day after performing this maneuver. It can't be very sore the next day. That means you've gone too far. You shouldn't have done it that way. It's okay, you haven't killed anyone, but it doesn't make sense for you to do something so strong. So let's move on to see the maneuver. It's simply a rolled pinch, a rolling pinch. I pinch the skin, I take a pinch. Some people find this difficult to do, and I roll it and roll it. I pinch and roll, it's like trying to move this pinch, move it downwards. Pinch, roll, and I go down, and also from this side to the center. Pinch, roll, and down to the center. The more fatty tissue there is, the easier it is to cause pain. Also, in people who can't even be pinched because their tissue is too tight. We can do this same pinch in all directions. Ideally, we should make this journey in all the directions that come to mind and that we can. But I insist on those people we can't pierce because their skin is tighter, thicker, we can't pinch it, or because it's so thick that we can't make it slide and run. What we can do is a more zigzagging massage. It makes less sense for her, but it would be a more zigzagging massage, zigzagging the skin, trying to pinch what I can from one side, what I can from the other, and zigzagging. It's very easy for her, it's a very clear zigzag. In those thicker skins, it would be more like if we're grabbing, so to speak, more loose skin. Then we can work there. In her case, obviously, she has much thinner skin, much less fatty tissue. Let's say she's not the best model for this type of massage. This part of the skin detachment, the rolling of the skin, can easily last 10 minutes, 15 minutes, carefully working on all areas. The goal is for the skin, as I said at the beginning, to become reddened. The slightly swollen belly is redness. It's a bit of inflammation that will activate circulation. It will make a very static, stable tissue, like a wasteland where nothing happens, where nothing moves. That's where the body stores that fat, where everything is very still. It's activating circulation there to allow that fat to be released from there. In addition, with this massage, we are breaking down the cells where that fat is stored and held. We are helping to release this fat into the bloodstream, and well, I want to insist on the pain. Let's see how you do it, how you play it. You'll tell me how you're doing, but it's always better to start with less and gradually, or to escalate as you see everything going well. Well, I hope you liked this video, I hope you practice it, and I hope you can do it for your partner, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, your boyfriend. Because guys may also want to reduce their belly. And I hope you tell me how it went because it can have very good, very nice results. I encourage you to search and find a bunch of other videos where we give you advice, like how to have a better digestion, how to have an alkaline diet that will help detoxify the belly, an intestinal cleansing with potato juice that helps tremendously to deflate the belly. All of these things can also help you in this regard, and you will find them here on your OnSalus Health.